What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. The world is changing, and even though this change sometimes challenges us, it constantly brings us new opportunities. Developing technologies not only touch people's lives, but also affect and transform the way of doing business, communication, marketing, and working life. Although it is not new, we have been hearing more and more concepts such as freelance, part-time, remote work, home office, and freelance work in business life recently. And as an entrepreneur doing international business, I proudly embrace the ideals, diversities, and dynamics of remote working because I believe that distributed workforces play an essential role in the future of work, life, and society. And I think that those who can adapt themselves, their companies, and their employees most accurately and effectively to this working style, which can increase their productivity in their businesses while working remotely, will be successful. That is why I would feel incomplete if I didn't make a video on remote working and productivity in business life. If you are also interested in this subject, let's dive into it without waiting. The lives of societies from different geographies are more similar than ever before. The similarity in brand preferences, eating, drinking, clothing choices, and spending attitudes shows itself, especially since the millennial generations, Dutch, Turkish, German, Thai, American, or Korean peers who live with technology, reach music, cinema, information, and fashion by using the same channels. Similar wishes, attitudes, and behaviors emerge. Life satisfaction and expectations are also relatively similar to previous generations. The situation has inevitably reflected on business life, and alternative working styles to the classical working style have emerged. So much so that when choosing a career, get a freelance job has become a criteria. In other words, what job should I do? In which job do I earn a lot? Or what job do I work best at? In which job can I work remotely has been added. So, in this working style, we are not tied to a single company. The remote working system, which stands in front of the 9 to 5 working hours system, which is used and continues by the well-established brands of the business world and businesses with a history of more than 20 years, seems to expand its sphere of influence even more. Now, not only the millennial generation, but also many professionals over 30 years of age who are experts in their fields prefer to offer their expertise as a service more than one business at the same time, instead of being affiliated with a single company. And the number of experts adopting this system is increasing day by day. Although not every business in some countries is warm to this working style, specific sectors use it for several reasons. We can show examples of these reasons, such as reducing costs, not being able to find salaried competent personnel, and needing certain services only in specific periods. Of course, we cannot expect this change in every business line. For example, it is not possible for companies operating in production and heavy industry to employ their blue-collar personnel outside. Examples of this primarily digital channels and the service sector. Companies that benefit from adapting to the new generation working conditions, on the one hand, turn to office design in the comfort of the home environment to attract talented people to their companies and to ensure that they are permanent. And they made positive changes for employees to work productively and stress-free during their working hours. But on the other hand, instead of hiring personnel for every job to be done in the company, they prefer to apply for periodic external expert support for appropriate projects. Technology set us free. Technology support this system by developing software that allows small and large teams to work together. In this way, we can efficiently work simultaneously with a team we have created on the same project, whether in the same city or from other countries of the world. Thanks to video conferences, CRM programs, data sharing software, instant messaging programs, and many more technological tools, we can work in uninterrupted communication with each other. The most known and valuable examples are Slack, Evernote, Google Drive, HubSpot, Google Docs, Skype, FaceTime, WhatsApp, Telegram, Trello, and MindMeister. These programs are not only used by remote teams, but also by people working under the same roof. In other words, we use this program without seeing each other, and afterward, we say good evening to each other and leave. What would be the disadvantages of working remotely compared to working in the office in this case? Think, one of your friends come to you and said, I'm working remotely as a freelancer. So, I don't understand. Do you work remotely or freelance? Are you a staff member of a company or do you work independently? Before going into the details of the subject, it is helpful to point out some terminological differences. differences. Freelancers do not have to be employees of a company. They are usually self-employed and find themselves on websites, social media accounts, testimonials, and more through them. In addition, some platforms allow you to easily reach freelance employees and receive services, such as Upwork, Fiverr, and more. Remote work. In this group, experts are mostly company employees and they work outside the office without going to the office. In particular, such as field and sales representatives of enterprises, PR employees, or those residing in a city or country different from where the business is located. Members of both groups work in their homes, co-working offices, or places that provide a working environment such as cafes and libraries. Part-time. On the other hand, part-time is a working system in which a particular part of the time is spent serving at the workplace. Now let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of working outside office for both companies and employees. And we start with advantages of working remotely. In terms of companies, you can make it possible to reduce office expenses by keeping some of the employees out of the office. If we add the monthly allowances of the employees to the office expenses, there will be significant decreases in the costs. You can find the personnel that you will have to pay high wages when you are employed from different places by removing the city barrier, and you can make more affordable deals. Most of the time spent in the office goes to tea and coffee breaks, meal times, non-work conversations, difficult to control documents, consultation, discussion, and correspondence traffic. It is impossible to calculate how many hours of work are done. On the other hand, while it's a good thing that the relations of the employees with each other are harmonious, this indicates that the conversation between them is also dark. It is impossible to calculate how much of these conversations cover working hours. It even has a rather distracting effect on business. So of course, I commend the employees who know how to balance chat, break, rest, and work at work. Okay, we look at the advantages in terms of employees. Going to work without the hustle and bustle of getting ready. You can work more efficiently by focusing only on your work, away from all kinds of factors that distract you and prevent you from doing business. If you are a family with children, you can spend more time with your child and save on nursery expenses. You can do sports by using your time well, and you can live a healthier life by eating the food you make at home. You will not experience mobbing, not getting along with colleagues, being disturbed by the working environment. Perhaps the office's energy is making you nervous, or similar situations. You can keep your working hours flexible as long as you do your job correctly. For example, you don't have to pretend to be working on your computer all the time so that the eyes around you are not turned on you, as in your home or office. If you get bored at home, you can change places, continue working in your garden, balcony, friend's house, or cafe. You can save some visible and invisible expenses of business life. Now, we are coming to disadvantages of remote working. In terms of companies, there is a danger of not being able to give a corporate image with your employees located in different places. In addition, if your performance in communication and coordination is low, you may have difficulties creating a corporate culture. This is not disadvantageous if your employees have embraced your company's vision. On the contrary, there are people on the field who represent you. Whether your employees are from the office or from a distance, they should be able to represent your brand in the best way. And for this, a sense of belonging to the company should be developed. Office workers who do not adopt the company's mission and vision are not more valuable than those who do. What is important here, how the employee feels about the company and what he can add without the concept of case. There is a situation for both the employer and the employee, which is the transfer of emotions. In digital communication, the parties may cause misunderstanding while transferring their messages to the other party. A humorous message may be seriously understandable and offensive to the other side, or the boss may write the team a situation they do not approve of, and the team may mistake it for a joke. We have to use emojis to prevent this, which may not express the situation entirely. As such, face-to-face communication is always one step ahead of correspondence. Okay, let's look at the disadvantages of remote working in terms of employees. Being away from the office environment can alienate you from your company by keeping you away from work activity, and you may feel lonely and alienated. You need to eliminate negative feelings by maintaining communication with your work team and manager managers alike. You may experience sharing and cooperation problems from time to time in communication. For example, office workers may be jealous of you and be slow and reluctant to get what you need when you need it. Similar restrictions experienced in the work environment are also present in the home environment. So by saying I am at home, you can get complacent, delay your work, or leave it to the last minute and have trouble. You should also take precautions against distractions such as spending too much time in the kitchen, friends, television, social media, music, etc. Getting rid of 9 to 5 shift isn't always good. If you do not work in a planned way, the disappearance of working hours can turn into a working life. It takes you all day, and you may suddenly find yourself working longer hours than in the office. So, let's look at work-life balance with remote work. First, know that flexibility to work from wherever you want does not mean you are ready to work all day hours. Create your work schedule and try to stick to it. Otherwise, you start to think adorable things about the office environment. Secondly, let everyone concerned know the hours you are working and not working, and publish notifications such as available, working, busy, not working, etc. on all digital platforms you use to know when they can reach you and for what reason. Your boss does not have the right to call you outside of the business hours because they pay you. It may have this right with your consent. Thirdly, dress up if you are going to work and sit at your desk to make the house's atmosphere a little more office-like. The end of the job that you will start in the pajamas, slippers position in front of the TV will not be very bright. You can even walk outside at noon to disperse the air and return home to sit at your desk and start working. The list can be easily extended, but your working system should include at least these 3 terms. You can be sure that you will get more efficiency from the hours you work in the office and performance within a disciplined working system. Remote working has both positive and negative features for both employees and employers. Not every job will be suitable for a remote working system, and not every employee will be ideal for an out-of-office working system. Not to mention, if you got to this part of the video, let me know by saying working from everywhere in the comment section, because I want to turn things around for you. And I think there is a huge opportunity to do international business with distributed workforce and remote working for both exporters and importers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and share it with your friends. And also you can support me with join my channel. You can check out my join features link in the description. As always, if you want more content on international business and global marketing, check out these 2 videos that I have right here as well. I appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.